I made a video a couple days ago about organizing your mind and why that's more important than motivation and discipline. Right? And you can go watch it and it explains everything. But basically, the gist of it is that you shouldn't worry about motivation or discipline and that sort of thing. But organizing your mind is the most important thing because obviously your mind is what makes you do everything. Right? Hormones determine whether or not they determine how you feel and what you do. Right? And you want to make sure that you protect your mind and you organize it. Right? And I spoke about how Iman brought up a point where he said that the difference between millionaires and your average person is that millionaires have an unmatched ability to just sit down and just focus on whatever it is that they need to do, right? So if you didn't know why you need to organize your mind, now you know. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can actually organize your mind and just keep things fresh and clean and optimize yourself for productivity, right? The first thing, a lot of these, it's going to be quite boring, but you need to do them. You need to do them to make sure that your mind is clear and you can actually do it. You can do everything else, right? First thing is you need to get your sleep. We all know about your sleep. 8 hours of sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, make sure you get enough sleep. I've seen countless clips from Dr. Andrew Huberman and people like that where they're saying the difference between you not getting enough sleep and you getting enough sleep. It's massive because your brain function, right? You can't not get enough sleep and then go out and try and do work and think you're going to perform at the highest level. You're just not, because you're hindering yourself, right? Imagine you're driving with a car and the engine is the half fixed or whatever. Doesn't matter how much you step on the gas. Doesn't matter if you put it in sixth gear or whatever it is. Your car's just not going to perform at its highest level no matter how hard you try. And that's you and your mind. And sleep is the most important thing. It's the most important thing. Get your 8 hours of sleep. Make sure you do that. If you're already kind of being productive and that sort of thing, but you're not getting enough sleep, if you start getting enough sleep, trust me, your productivity is going to skyrocket. Okay? Then next, again, these are all very basic, but you need to do them right. Having a good diet, you need to eat clean, because again, it's like trying to put flipping Gatorade in a car, right? You're supposed to put fuel in there. If you put Gatorade, it's not going to be able to run properly. So if you're putting in crappy food in, you're not going to be able to focus, right? They've actually done studies on this. I'm not going to flipping cite them, but just take my word for it, okay? If you don't want to believe me, it is what it is. But they've done studies where they've said the food you eat actually affects how well your brain can perform, right? So just eat clean, and then also you want to make sure you have a morning routine. I've spoken about this so many times. A morning routine is one of the most powerful tools you can use to optimize your productivity. Okay, a morning routine sets you up well for the day, and a lot of it is focused on fixing your mind and making sure you're in an optimal space to do everything that you want to do that day. Okay, you want to make sure you exercise in the morning. If you're not someone who likes working out lifting heavy weights in the morning, it's fine. You still need to do 10 minutes exercise. Just go on YouTube, search up a 10-minute cardio workout or a 10-minute ab workout, whatever it is. Just get your body moving to get blood flowing to the brain, right? And then another thing that I've learned recently is you need to fast. When you're doing in the morning, when you're doing your hardest work, when you're studying or whatever it is you're doing, make sure you do it fasted. Because the problem is when you eat, a lot of the blood flow is flowing to your gut and your intestines and whatever to digest the food, right? And you're not having as much blood flow going to your brain. That's the scientific explanation to it. But there's also something called itis, where if you just eat too many carbs, you just feel tired. You just feel tired because you need to digest all that food, and you're just not going to feel optimal in terms of working whatever. When you're fasted, you're firing on all cylinders. So you need to utilize that as much as possible. It's a little life hack, but it can work really, really well, and your mind is just clean. And again, part of building a morning routine is you cannot go on your phone in the morning, unless you're doing something productive, whatever it is. But don't use it for entertainment purposes. Don't go watching videos or scrolling on TikTok, whatever it is. Don't be doing that sort of thing. Because I remember I was listening to a podcast by Dr. Andrew Huberman, and he was saying that he was asked, what is the one thing you would tell someone that could single-handedly destroy the ability to be productive in a day? The first thing you make them do in the morning. And he was like, if I was to advise someone to do something that would ruin their day in terms of productivity, it would be get up and scroll on your phone before you get out of bed. Just scroll on your phone and just mess around for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour before you get out of bed. That's single-handedly the most destructive thing you can do to your day and your productivity. So make sure you don't do that sort of crap. Just keep your mind just clean and focused, okay? And if you can, get out there and get some sunlight in the morning, right? Like, just all the natural things. Your body is built to help you. It's built to help you, do what you need to do. But now when you start like bombarding it with all this crap, when you start not getting enough sleep, not getting enough exercise, eating a bunch of crap in the morning, not getting like sunlight and going on your phone and that sort of thing, your brain gets the idea that you've got nothing to work for. You're chilled, right? Life is good. Life is good. You got a full belly. You've got all the entertainment you need. If you focus on entertainment, it means there's nothing productive to be done during that day. So your brain's not going to help you become more productive. So you need to scratch out all the distractions and everything and just stay focused in the morning. Okay, you'll notice that the things I spoke about now were just like in the morning. It wasn't really like for the rest of the day. Mainly in the morning. And another thing you can help yourself with is just meditating consistently. You don't need to do that in the morning, but just do it consistently over a long period of time. That will definitely help your ability to focus. But yeah, that's basically it. It's the basics that you already know, but you need to make sure you implement them like a military routine, right? To make sure your mind is sharp and focused so you can actually achieve everything you need to. And that's it for the video. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button below, and until next time, see you boys.